You so silly, man. Hey, what's up, kings and queens? It's Theo.
And it's so you guys, we are here to discuss the surviving R. Kelly thing. We're probably going to talk about part 1 through 4. Part 1 through 4. And Theo didn't see part 1 and 2, so I'm going to kind of be telling him stuff about it and telling you guys about it too. And then we all can discuss it in the comment section as well. Okay, so let me get my notes, y'all, because y'all know I always write notes. I was, at first, when I was watching, I was like, wait, nah, this can't be real. And then I was like, wait, let me write this shit down. Okay, so, in the beginning, they talked about how, he was shy when he was a kid. They had, his brothers talking and everything like that.
Yeah.
And, then they kind of started getting more into, talking about when he was meeting, the different girls. And it's odd to me because, a lot of times when they would show the women and they'd be like Lisa or the backup singer, they'd be like, she met R. Kelly at age 12, age 14, age 15.
He was just picking them while they were young.
Yeah, though. The highest age that I saw he meet somebody was age 19, and that was his wife. And I really was like, what the fuck,
That's
so he
sick,
was like,
though.
yeah. So he was meeting the girls at a young age, from 12 to 19. And they would say how he had dropped out of high school and he had went to win a talent show, and then that's kind of how he got big. And he would still go back to the high school and just be hanging out there or hanging out at McDonald's. And they'd be like, what did you want to say?
Wait, how old was he when he how old was he when he went back to the high school?
He was in his mid-20s.
Where he was hanging out to the pep rallies, the football games.
Well, they said he was hanging out outside school,
with a cigarette and a fur coat.
Yeah, even more creeper status when you think about it. Okay, so he just chilling outside, waiting for the bell to ring, And then they was how he'll be at McDonald's and just chilling, and then his tour manager would be like, "Oh, all right, Kelly or Rob wants to meet you," and the girls they're 14, they're
this
my
is
gosh,
crazy.
they were just impressionable. So they was oh, R. Kelly wants to talk to me. Shit like that.
All right, and y'all, let's be real. Y'all seen R. Kelly hanging out outside the school and everything. Y'all gonna go and try to chill and hang with R. Kelly. Niggas gonna be hating this shit why he over here taking all the girls and all this? I'm just mad they middle school and high school.
Yeah, well, probably high school, freshman.
Yeah.
Well, but if it's 12, that's fucking middle school.
Exactly.
Still. And then they kind of
maybe that he got them around in the little playhouse thing at McDonald's. The 12-year-olds hanging out in the castle and stuff with the balls and shit.
I don't know, baby, but either way, it just sounds bad. And they were saying how he would tell them they could come back to the studio and practice singing and stuff like that, or listen to his music.
This
and then
dirty dog.
One girl said that the first time she ever saw a sexual encounter was it was R. Kelly and one of her friends that obviously was underage in the booth.
I'm mad you say obviously. That's what it's been all my life. That's how we think of R. Kelly. With the kids and stuff. I'm 28. Mm-hmm. All my life.
Yeah.
I always heard this sex tape and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, and then it's weird, I noticed how, it was a music producer that was talking. He was like, yeah, I heard that he would be hanging around the school, and I heard there was a bed in his studio, and I just thought that was odd. And I'm kind of he said this throughout the whole series so far, and I'm kind of you keep saying how this is odd. And
wait, who was this?
It was a music producer. I forgot his name.
Oh, he trying to keep the connection straight. You know that.
Well, yeah, but then it's you didn't find the need to say anything. He's hanging around schools. He has a bed in his studio. He said that I think this is in part 2 or 3 that he even went to a party that R. Kelly was having, and he said that the girls there looked like they were underage. They looked he said they looked like babies.
This nigga having a sweet 16.
That's sick.
It is.
That's sick. He was how R. Kelly was in the booth and this girl was just standing naked by him.
Well, it just sounded to me it's either these people need to be fact checked, or these people are just money hungry And like now they want to tell the story because they getting paid to tell this story and all this stuff too. You get what I mean? Like they wanted to do their business, all that stuff. Unless they felt like if they say something about R. Kelly and nothing gonna be done.
Probably. I feel like that might be the case where they didn't because of how big he became. He was like kind of seen as untouchable. You know what I'm saying? But it still don't make it right. Like I feel like somebody should have been saying something because obviously, in my opinion, he likes younger girls. Even his brother was like his brother that was in prison. He was like, Rob has a preference. I like older women and Rob likes younger women. Like, he's like, everybody got their preference. Like, I'm thinking, like, you really gonna say that the fact that he likes underage girls is a preference, nigga? Like,
it is a preference. I mean, it's not right, but it is a preference.
That's sick.
Like, if you want to go...
I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm sorry. I don't care. You need to meet somebody over the age of 18 that could look young. I mean something, because it's like, how you liking what do you have in common with a 12-year-old, a 14-year-old, a 15-year-old, and you're like in your mid-20s? What the fuck do you have in common?
Don't ask me, shoot. I said ask Robert.
But then again, like when he would talk, like it was this one girl, well, hold on, we'll talk about Aaliyah first. Okay. And then we'll go to the other girl. So with Aaliyah, y'all know how her and R. Kelly met when she was 12. And
I didn't know that.
Well,
I knew she was young. Yeah. God damn.
They met when she was 12. And, they even show like a clip of her in the studio and with him. And he was like, yeah, baby, sing this part a little bit differently or whatever. Like, and his tour manager, like...
He said baby.
Yeah, he called her baby. Right. And I was like, why you call it? Okay, but anyway.
Probably had a sexy voice on and everything.
Yeah. And like the tour manager had talked about like their relationship, and he was like, yeah, R. Kelly or Rob and Aaliyah, they just always just giggling with each other, just always laughing with each other, and he was like smiling about this shit, and I'm like, that's sick. Like, I mean, like, I'm sorry, but in my opinion, that's sick. Like, how you skinning and grinning and talking about a relationship with a 27-year-old and like if by then I think she was like 15. Like, how? What? Like, and then they show where, like, cause it was speculation in that time, like, what is R. Kelly and Aaliyah when they came out with the song "Age Ain't Nothing But a Number," and they went on the show. And they asked, like, first of all, when they walked in on the show, they had, like, matching outfits. And I was sitting on the couch, I was like, oh, hell no.
I think I remember that, like, that scene, whatever that little cut out. What the heck is called?
Like, the clip.
The clip, yeah, I remember that clip. I ain't see it on the documentary, but I remember that clip.
Yeah, where they walked out, they got, like, matching outfits.
And it was, like, white, right?
No, they had, like, flannel on, and it was, like, a Mickey Mouse emblem, I think.
Can you look that up for me?
Not right now, I'm on my notes.
Dang.
But like, and the girl was like, well, before the host, she had said that, they were saying how you shouldn't ask certain questions, but she was like, so what are y'all, are y'all in a relationship? Y'all close cousins? Like, what are y'all? and then she, and Aaliyah was like, he's my best friend. He's my best friend in the whole world.
Hey, y'all was doing that best friend stuff for years. Right. God damn, man.
Right. And then the girl was like, well, how old are you, Aaliyah? And Aaliyah was like, a lady's not supposed to tell how old she is. And I was kind of like,
don't you ever?
Yeah, like, don't you ever say your age. Like,
and I was like, they had the internet too much.
I was like, wow.
Damn, man.
And then one of the backup singers was talking about how, they were on the tour bus, like, everybody be on the tour bus with each other, and they have, like, the little cover where if you want to go to sleep, you can cover, like, your bunk, and how they used to play jokes on each other, like, it was a good atmosphere, and she said that I guess it was, like, one time where they were going to try and play a joke on either R. Kelly or Aaliyah, and they went to, like, the back bedroom where it's, like, whoever the HBIC is sleeping in. And
hey, y'all, calm down. Sorry to interrupt, baby. The cat and dog just chasing each other, and it's the cat chasing the dog.
Yeah. But and they pulled the cover back or opened the door, and she said that she saw Aaliyah and R. Kelly having sex. And
wait, oh yeah, wait,
yeah,
wait. I'm sorry. How old was Aaliyah when she passed?
I'm not sure. She was like 21. She was very
young. I was
young.
thinking 21 too, but
yeah, very young when she passed away.
And how old this was? I mean, what age this?
I'm assuming this is when Aaliyah was like 15 or 14, 15, because they said that she got married to him when she was 15. And he was 27, but on the marriage certificate, it said that she was 18. And then the tour manager even said that he had forged the marriage certificate to show that she was 18 instead, because R. Kelly had came to him and he was like, man, we got an issue, because before the tour manager had asked him, like, is there anything going on between you and Aaliyah? And R. Kelly was like, no, never, never. And then he came to him, he was like, Aaliyah's pregnant. And when I didn't even know that had happened. And I mean, this is all from Lifetime. I don't know whether this stuff is true, but we're going to talk about it anyway. And the tour manager said that, they got married, and before, like, Aaliyah looked worried and he wished he would have talked to her and da da da. And I'm thinking, like, you forged the marriage certificate. Like, you knew this 15-year-old girl was having sex with a 27-year-old and you didn't do anything about it. And it was so many other things that he was saying in the what? I
don't know. Like that is just so iffy though. I mean, like, yeah, you're supposed to tell and everything like that.
But he works for R. Kelly.
It ain't even just that. It's like we said earlier, R. Kelly seems untouchable. But it's also like, what can you do when it's somebody with high power, with somebody that's gonna lie, that doesn't feel that, like, seems like they don't feel too threatened from them or everything like that. So they could always lie, and then you lose your job and everything like that. Like, that's that
is true.
And then, like, he's probably providing from family. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'm just saying. Like, that shit so, like,
it's like, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah, because, like, I can see if, like, she was like, no, and all this different stuff, like, no, and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, young girls and young people and stuff really can lie and just...
Yeah, and I mean, that was shown throughout the video, how, like, some girls would say that, like, in part 4, how that girl had lied and said that she was 19 to him when she was actually, like, 16. And then, but
I remember seeing that.
Yeah, we'll get into that later. But it's just like, I don't know. It's just crazy. And then they talked about how 2 months later the marriage was annulled, and supposedly R. Kelly had paid Aaliyah $100,000 to not pursue anything further. And I think that's kind of like the gist of it from part 1. They kind of just talked about how he, first started off, and then they talked about how, like, the young girls were hanging out with him in the studio, and how I don't think he tried anything with, like, the backup singer, and then they talked about, like, Aaliyah. So that was, like, mainly the gist of it.
Wait, do you want to do a separate video for part 2?
We can.
Because
you want to talk about part 1, I guess, overall, or did we already kind of touch base with
we
stuff?
Basically kind of touched base on everything, because everything I'm thinking about is, like, from what, part 3 that I came in? How many parts is it?
I think it's like 6 parts. Yeah, 5 and 6 is coming on tonight, and I watched part 1 and 2 last night, and then I watched part 3 and 4 last night.
Yeah, I walked in on watching it,
and I was just heated. I was like, he's sick. He's just sick.
That same word she been using this whole video. It's just sick.
Because, like, I'm gonna be so real with y'all. Watching part 1 and 2, like, I don't know whether I just wasn't feeling good or what, but I really got, like, sick to my stomach, like, listening to these women talk about this stuff. Like, it was really disheartening and everything, and it was just sad. Like, and I don't know whether it's true or not, but I hope somebody wouldn't lie about stuff like this. So it was just a lot to take in.
What I was trying to say. Now, my thing, I already said earlier. Now, we need people to make sure, like, all these people are telling the truth and stuff, like, lie detector tests and all this different junk, because so many people could just be, I mean, because, like, let's say, like, the producer or somebody be like, it could be, like, based on a true story, but, and he could be like, well, these ain't all the facts, but all right, let's make up something. How about this? Let's say Aaliyah never did get pregnant, right?
Right.
And they just said that in the movie.
Yeah.
So R. Kelly can be mad, and if he really want the truth to come out, he got to go and tell his part. You get what I mean?
That's just like, what is it? It was some movie recently, Bohemian Rhapsody, where they said that they kind of changed some of the events to make the movie sound better.
Because I think somebody's supposed to be gay unless they talk about a whole nother movie.
No, that's the movie. That's the movie.
And but they didn't do it like that.
I think they did it differently. I don't know all the details, but that's just like an example where if y'all have saw it and then you like research a video, they state how a lot of things was kind of altered because they needed to have the movie turn out a certain way. And I mean, I don't know if that's the case with this.
But I know, but my thing is like, it's like hard to believe like everybody in there is telling the complete truth and they're being completely honest. Like even when I think about like the Bill Cosby situation, I don't think everybody in there, I mean, even though I feel like he should be locked up and everything like that, and no matter the time and everything, but I don't feel like everybody in there was completely honest and stuff.
I think you need to watch part 1 and 2. Like even though like I'm giving you a synopsis, it's kind of different when you watch it. It's like a different feeling. Like
I understand, but I go into like a lot of stuff with that type of mindset.
Yeah, like, that's understandable.
It's just too many. It's just too many people. Like I believe like, of course I believe that R. Kelly did it. We all know R. Kelly did all this stuff. Mm-hmm. I just don't know if everybody in there is telling the complete truth and like this is 100% factual and everything like that. Because even like the human mind is like clouded. You going off of like a replay and stuff like that. You're not even going off of like the complete truth. It's still kind of like, I'm just saying it because everybody don't know that.
No, yeah, I'm agreeing with you. I was just listening.
Like I don't know, but that's what I'm saying. I would love to see like lie detector tests and stuff like that. I would love to see them bring up a Harvey Weinstein movie and everything, just getting off of the R. Kelly thing.
I agree.
But so I heard that Lady Gaga and all them didn't want to be.
It's a lot of people that they didn't want to be associated with it.
I think Dave Chappelle I heard too.
Oh.
And if it's him, it's probably because he did
yeah.
That one skit when he peed on the girl, and then they had like the mama was in there talking about something. Robert, get a face now. Like, you remember that?
I don't remember that part. I'm gonna have to see it, but damn,
it's funnier than what I'm saying. But it's a hilarious skit.
Wait, we gotta go to part 2, baby. We gotta go talk about part 2.
No, that's why I was asking you want to do that in a separate video.
Yeah, I said earlier.
Oh, so you trying to do it now?
Yeah.
See you guys later.
Bye, y'all. We'll be back in a second.
Peace.